Good afternoon, my people. What is going on? It is your main man, Charles Tank Harris, the founder and chief visionary officer of the financial literacy platform Wealth Our Way, where our motto is wealth is not only for the wealthy. I welcome each and every one of you to episode 171. Why you can't listen to just anybody. Man, we're going to get it right today. But before we do, let's practice the attitude of gratitude and thank each and every one of you who are here with me as I stream live across the Facebook Wealth Our Way page and the YouTube Wealth Our Way Network page. If you have not taken time to subscribe to the Wealth Our Way Network YouTube page, please do so today. I also want to give the Wild Nation salute to all the many members of Wild Nation who will get a chance to watch the pre-recorded show today, overnight, over the weekend, wherever they can squeeze 15 minutes of financial literacy in. And then a heartfelt, how are you, to the good folks on the Life 101 platform who listen to the audio of this very here program. So like I said, today, people, we are talking about why you can't listen to just anybody. You know, I have taken a great measure of pride in navigating these social media World Wide Web streets and to not be the type of person who disparages other people. I'm all about positivity. Wealth Our Way as a platform, all about positivity. I have struggled over the last couple of years with the knowledge that there are many people out there who mean you no good, who mean you harm, who are looking to profit off of you. We truly live in an environment where, as the old saying, caveat emptor, means buyer beware. That is our reality today. The reality is that we can't trust half the people who are out here holding themselves out as experts, holding themselves out as influencers, teachers, coaches. My boy Rick Ross has a line on one of his songs that I love. He says, people who have never done it out here trying to teach you how to do it. You got to be very, very careful who you listen to. I cringe from time to time when I hear some of these people who are on social media giving advice that is flat out wrong, that is ignorant, that is harmful. And in some cases, as the information we will talk about today, it's criminal. It's criminal information. It's criminal processes. I have listened to people teach you and tell you how to steal, how to lie, how to hustle backwards, just all these different things. And unfortunately, those people normally have such a huge social media following. I got to always be transparent and honest here. I do get a little, I guess the best word to say is envious when I look at some of these people who have 50, 60,000, 100,000, a million followers, and I watch their content. And I think one of my kids could do a better job giving financial information than these people are doing. But they are experts at marketing themselves. They are expert at telling people what they want to hear. Warren Buffett famously said, no one wants to learn how to get rich slowly. That's what we teach you here at Wealth Our Way. We teach you fundamentals that will get you wealthy over time. I have no get rich quick schemes here. I have no hacks, overnight success type of information. Everything that I teach is about investing rather than trading. It's about budgeting. It's about building generational wealth. It's about making sure that your grandchildren and great grandchildren who you haven't even met yet have a financial head start over where you started. This is a platform that is about teaching you how to do things the right way. If you want to get rich quick, you want to listen to the people who I'm going to talk about. So the struggle for me has been, where is the balance between making sure my audience knows who to protect themselves from versus being out here just, saying things blasphemous about other people, slanderous about other people, damaging about other people, because I never want to be that cat. Whenever I'm in a competitive situation, let me go back even further. When I was young, I lived in Philadelphia. Most of you know that. The first time I ever paid attention to politics was a mayoral candidate race. It was a guy named Bill Green up against a guy named Frank Rizzo running for mayor. And I was watching the news, watching the commercials that would come on. And I never heard a positive thing about either of these candidates through the whole campaign. Bill Green's people would come on TV and talk negative about Rizzo. I found out everything bad about Frank Rizzo I could have ever wanted to know. Frank Rizzo's people would come on TV and tell you everything bad about Bill Green. I found out everything bad I could ever want to know about Bill Green. I never heard one positive thing that either candidate was capable of doing. They never spoke positively about themselves. They were always so busy downgrading and bad mouthing the other candidate that they never promoted themselves. I see that every day in business. It makes me very leery and gives me pause when I go to see someone with my client who they sell something and I say, well, my client got this information from this other person. And this person that we're sitting in front of wants to spend the entire hour telling us why the other person's stuff is bad, as opposed to telling me why their stuff is good. So I make every effort to not be that person, to not come on here and tell you why you shouldn't listen to person A, why you shouldn't listen to person B. It's more about what you have positive going for you than what someone else has going negative for them. With that being said, I came across an interesting story a couple of weeks ago. There's a young lady, and I'm going to show her Instagram page here. Her company is called Rose Credit Coach. And once again, look at the number of followers this young lady had. 12,500 followers. Wealth Our Way was just fortunate over this past weekend to get its 600 followers. So congratulations for Wealth Our Way. We crossed the 600 follower mark. This woman has 20 times that. She has 12,000 followers, and she holds herself out to be a credit repair specialist. Now, if you can see this is her Instagram page, and if you can see the top three pictures, the one on the left and the one on the right show a little bit more of her as a person. She is a beautiful young lady. She's very pretty. And not that that's what we should focus on, but I really think it's important to see that she's very beautiful, dressed very professionally. A bit of a departure from the next picture I'm going to show of this beautiful young lady, which is her in handcuffs. And her image on the right-hand side is her mug shot. So this young lady, whose name is Rokisha Brisby, who is the founder and CEO of Rose Credit Repair, was just arrested in Harris County, which is in Houston, Texas, for running a $3 million credit repair scheme is what it's being called, what it's being billed as. So let's take a different look at the young lady. We're going to go from her IG page, Rose, and I you guys can go at your own leisure to her IG page and take a look. She's got a lot of reels. She's got a lot of different tips she's giving. And then we're going to go to her perp walk, her being taken out by the constable from her business. And there is her mugshot, where she currently, I believe, is awaiting bail. I don't think they released her as of this particular video. What did Rokisha do? So it was interesting listening to the sheriff talk about this particular scheme. This young lady was brazen. And unfortunately, I think, they say throw the book at him at the law. She might have a whole library thrown at her. Let me tell you what she is accused of doing. So I don't know how much you guys know about credit repair, but a big suggestion that credit repair specialists tell you to do is to dispute everything that's negative on your credit report. Dispute it. And depending on who you're talking to, there are people who will tell you the good and the bad of that. Well, in this particular instance, this woman was not just telling people to dispute the items on their credit report. She was taking it a step further because she Rose Credit Repair. She was falsifying, forging, creating false police reports from Harris County's police department stating that client A had fraudulently had their credit card taken from them. And here's the police report to prove it. So store A, you need to wipe out their entire credit debt because they didn't do it. And we're investigating it. We're trying to catch the person who did it, but it wasn't them. She did this over and over and over again, getting hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars of debt wiped off of people's credit. As the sheriff said in his speech, which you can see on YouTube, it worked. These people's credit scores went up crazy, and they were able to buy cars and houses and credit cards and all the stuff that they wanted because this young lady's scheme actually worked. Well, now here's the bad news. One company realized it didn't feel right for them, so they called the sheriff. Sheriff realized the numbers on the letter with his name on it wasn't his way of recording certain things at the precinct, and Shorty got caught. They did a little sting operation. They surveilled her for a little while, and then they realized what she was doing. She not only did it locally, she did it federally. So she forged FBI documents. There's allegations of her with so many different police districts and other government entities that she is up on multiple counts of felonies that could see her in prison for over 300 years if convicted on all counts. What's even worse are her clients are now being encouraged to come forward and cooperate. But what they're eventually going to do, they have phone records, they have all types of other records. They're going to see if anybody who got their credit fixed was aware of the fraudulent nature into which she was doing it. And guess what? You had to be aware. If I know nobody stole my credit card and you're telling me you're going to file a police report to say somebody did steal it, even if you don't share with me, you're going to file a police report. If you say I'm going to get this wiped off and I see on my credit report wiped off due to fraud, I'm complicit. I may have to go to jail too. So not only did she take the money for the credit repair, which you're never getting that back, not only are the creditors going to be able to put the debts back on these people's credit, there's a chance that they were complicit in a crime and are going to go to jail. On one of her Zooms, on one of her reels, she's telling people how to get a credit card from a certain bank. And she's telling them, lie about your income, lie about your expenses. Like she's literally saying this on the phone. She says, make sure you tell them you make at least 60,000. When it comes to your rent, put 0. You know, you think they're going to check it, but they never do. Like she's bragging about this on film. I have seen people do this over the last year more times than I care to mention. People with hundreds of thousands of followers, people who are charging people $5,000, $10,000 for classes. And it's just repugnant to me because we as people need to do better. Why do we always gravitate toward the shortcut? Why do we always gravitate toward the hustle? I know we don't like this saying, but it's true. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. We can fix our credit. We can fix our net worth. We can fix our situation, but it's going to take some work. These schemers, these quick cash grab artists lead you nowhere but backwards. You now have to spend time cleaning up what they've messed up. So please remember this image. I'm going to show you one more time. I don't want to see you, no matter how cute you are, she's a cutie, in handcuffs because your credit repair specialist told you you can fraudulently claim something happened that didn't happen. So with that being said, and yes, on Thursday, first of all, we had Big Bentley Niche on the Financial Power Hour a couple episodes ago, who runs Credit Medics. Credit Medics is definitely a reputable credit repair place, but we'll talk about some other places on Thursday. Tomorrow night, we have a Financial Power Hour where we're talking about back to school and some helpful tips that everybody needs to know for shopping, for getting resources for your kids, making sure they can navigate back to school in the proper fashion. So be here tomorrow night, 6 p.m. for the Financial Power Hour. With that being said, thank you for joining me. And please remember, wealth is not only for the wealthy. Have a great day.